What's going on, guys? It's Clutch Plays here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys the story of Enes Kanter and why he is wanted by the Turkish government. At the moment, Enes Kanter is on the Portland Trailblazers and playing outstanding. Ever since Nurkic has been injured, he has been averaging a triple-double with nearly 20 points per game. However, his offensive skills have always been there, but his defensive skills have improved with the Blazers, as seen by Steven Adams having no significant impact in the series versus the Thunder, and Enes Kanter was the one guarding him. He is the only center that the Trailblazers coach Terry Stotts feels comfortable playing, even when they have Zach Collins, who is a decent backup. Not only is he playing well right now, he is doing it with a separated shoulder, for crying out loud. This injury is so serious that he said he had to run with his arm tucked in his jersey because it hurt too much to put any pressure on it. Okay, so this is Enes Kanter we're talking about. So we know he exaggerates a lot of things, but this is actually legit. Now, he posted this on his Instagram, which I thought was so funny because of how dramatic he made it seem. Just looking at the picture and caption, he makes it look like he just risked his life for the Blazers to get the win. And you can see his eyes are closed too, which makes it look like he's about to die. Oh man. Enes has been a true warrior for the Blazers in the playoffs. And now that we know a bit about Enes at the moment, let's go back and see why he's wanted dead by the Turkish government. Before I get into this, I'm going to apologize for my pronunciation on some of the names. I'm sorry. Back in 2016, Erdogan, the Turkish dictator, had a coup attempt, which is basically an attempt to overthrow him, and Erdogan got extremely butthurt and blamed Fethullah Gulen. Gulen is actually very tight with Enes Kanter, and this accusation was extremely false, because the night this occurred, Enes was actually at Gulen's house in Pennsylvania. Gulen was completely against Erdogan because of his cruelty and disdain for human rights, which Erdogan saw as a threat to his dictatorship. Ever since that day, Erdogan has deemed Gulen as public enemy number one for literally no reason. Erdogan has gone insane and has had people arrested for having the slightest links to Gulen. Some of these examples are the Turkish regime arrested a man because his child took a picture with Enes, who is friends with Gulen. I'm literally not making this up. Also, the regime went after a comedian who exchanged tweets with Enes. Just because he tweeted with Enes, he is literally on trial. The worst part about this, according to Enes, is that his family has had it the worst. His dad lost his job as a professor of a university and is currently on trial, where he could possibly be put into jail for 10 years, solely based off of his affiliation with the Sun. Other members of his family get bullied at school for being related to Enes, and his friends would even talk about their affiliation with him because they will be put into jail immediately. Enes himself has been affected by this because they actually took his passport and terminated it. Along with that, he has a warrant for his arrest as well. He is stuck in the US and can't see any of his family members or his country that he loves as long as Erdogan is ruling. Let's actually go a bit further into how big of a target Enes is actually by the Turkish regime. First, he refused to go on a trip to London with the Knicks in fear that there would be Turkish spies waiting to kill him. Also, on multiple occasions, one when Enes was on the Thunder and one pretty recent on January 16th when Enes was with the Knicks, he was accused of being part of a terrorist group. The one in 2016 was right after his friend Gulen was accused for this alleged coup. Next, in the beginning of 2019, when Enes was accused of being a terrorist again, everyone knew this was complete BS by the Turkish regime. The best part about this one was Enes responded on Twitter by saying the only thing I terrorize is the rim. Oh my gosh, this must have gotten Erdogan so heated. The main reason Erdogan goes after Kanter so much is because he has a platform where he can tell everyone about how corrupt Turkey is right now. If you know Enes, you know he talks a lot. And the more people that know about this oppressive regime, the worse it is for Erdogan to keep his position as the sole dictator. Enes has done everything he can to spread awareness to his situation, from becoming close friends with Oregon Senator Ron Wyden and having a meeting about Turkey human rights issues with Representative Zeldin. He's a New York representative, and this happened when he was on the Knicks. In addition to this, thank goodness the NBA has been very protective of Enes, especially Adam Silver, who wants Enes to use his platform and will protect him at all costs. Recently, the Turkish NBA account left out Enes Kanter's stats on a post about the Blazers. Right after seeing this, the NBA immediately fired the account owner for doing this to Enes. Furthermore, even James Dolan is in support with Enes. I thought he'd be too busy with his band to have time for this issue. Good for you, James. Enes has been a target by this oppressive government for voicing his opinion, and I hope you guys can see how oppressive this regime in Turkey is right now, and that Enes has been so tough to be able to say so strong while having to go through this awful mess. Enes has been stripped of his family, homeland, and the majority of his friends back at home, and he doesn't have much at the moment other than the game of basketball. He plays his heart out each and every game, and as you guys can see right now, he continues to perform at a high level with a separated shoulder. If you're watching this, Enes, yes, I know it is a huge stretch, just know that all us Knicks fans still have your back. Also, if anyone from the Turkish regime is also watching this, please don't come after me. I'm a nice guy. With that said, I hope you guys can all see the tragedy that has occurred in Enes' life in the past few years and can help him spread awareness towards his story. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like so Enes can hopefully see this video, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video as well. With that said, I'm out, and peace! Please, Turkey, don't come after me.